Thanks for joining us. This is a very exciting day for us. It's the demo day for Spain FoodTech initial cohort. This is our fifth acceleration program. It is the first one that is thematic in territory and in the areas of technology that we are covering. You will see later the 5 startups that are making to the demo day. And before that, I would like to walk you through what is Eatable Adventures and why we launched Spain FoodTech and what are our goals with this exciting program. Eatable Adventures is sitting in the middle of startups, corporations, and investments. We believe that startups, in order to be growing and scaling up in the market, they need to be strongly aligned with the interests of corporations, the market, and they need investors to facilitate this growth. That's the space where Eatable Adventures is based. We have 3 work lines. The initial one is the ecosystem. We have managed to create the largest global food startups network that is reaching over 25,000 founders, entrepreneurs, and it's generating over 1,500 projects per year as a deal flow during the past year. We crystallize all this ecosystem into a database and workflow system that enable us to launch multiple programs and to serve the needs of startups and corporations, as I mentioned before. We are running over 20 food corporate venture programs in 6 countries at the moment. We are connecting hundreds of startups with corporations each year. And part of that is our acceleration unit that is currently running 6 incubation and acceleration programs dedicated to nurture the most exciting startups and helping them to achieve market growth. The latest program we have just launched a week ago is a MimETHICA. It's a program launched in conjunction with Pascual Innoventures that is targeted to the creation and the identification of the startups that will create the future of dairy. It is a very, very exciting program. The call for projects is still open, and any startup that wants to join in, they are super welcome to join in. Eatable Adventures is having operations across the 6 countries. As I said before, our deal flow is completely global, and we have a large number of agreements and collaborations with multiple research centers, incubators, accelerators, and all the entities that can help us, our startups, to grow in the market and to expand geographically. Our portfolio, you will see later, some of these startups, is based on technology primarily, and is addressing all the different elements of the value chain, not only the downstream part with restaurant businesses and the HoReCa business, but also addressing transformation on the upstream with the creation of new ingredients and new ways to produce food that are more sustainable and will serve the needs of our future population. FoodTech for us is a strong investment case. It's a very solid investment class asset. The market reality is that the food market is underserved for investors. It has a very attractive return, and it's a market that is significantly large to be interesting for many traditional investors. It also has a high impact and is severely affected by climate change. So it's a market that definitively needs investors to put effort and startups to develop it in the right way. The market has two main and well-defined dimensions. There is a growing demand for food, a growing demand for proteins, and a concentration of population in cities, while we are seeing a decrease in the arable land, a decrease in the food production due to post-harvest food losses, a lack of proper infrastructure to reach consumers in a convenient way, and is severely affected by climate change and is severely affected by water availability. Those 2 dimensions making an environment that is suited for transformation. Money is growing in this market, the investment is growing in this market. The downstream part has been receiving the majority of the investments so far, primarily due to the delivery investments in all these super large corporations. But the other parts, the mid-market and the upstream, are having a continuous growth in investment and are becoming very, very attractive for us. Our investment thesis is very simple. Is to invest in the technologies that will transform the food system, creating a more sustainable supply chain, reducing greenhouse emissions, introducing new ingredients and new protein sources, evolving agriculture and helping to regenerate soil and promote diversity, and increase convenience for consumers and facilitating access to food and to serve their new dietary requirements. Spain FoodTech is a program that is dedicated to nurture the new startups appearing in the Spanish market in this agri-tech and food tech ecosystem. Our goal is to position the local ecosystem at a global level, stimulate entrepreneurship in the region, and help entrepreneurs address their dreams and address their willingness to change this part of the market. We want to help position food tech and agri-tech as a high-tech investment asset class, attracting generalist investors. At the moment, this is an area that we believe it needs a lot of attention. Stimulate the transition of the cross-pollination between universities, research centers, corporations, and investors to help develop the market further. And also to involve all the market agents so that we can increase the volume of clients addressing all these new developments and generate a summary of what are the global best practices and try to apply them to the local industry to allow growth locally. Our program is highly intensive. It's a 4 months plus 2 months program. The initial 4 months are dedicated to touch every single part of the different elements of a startup and how they need to address those and develop those parts in order to have a strong market fit, not only with consumers, but also with the industry, with distribution, logistics, and retail chains. The final 2 months are dedicated to prepare the companies for fundraising and prepare them for these demo days. So this is what we have been busy in the last 2 months. The drivers for Spain FoodTech are Eatable Adventures, that we are applying our process methodology and we are running the program, and also ethics that is helping us position all these startups in an international way, not only by introducing them to international investors, but equally to position them in different trade zones so that they can reach consumers, they can reach their clients, and they can expand internationally. And CNPA is a leading research institution in Spain that is making an amazing job helping all these companies to create solid IP and create solid processes that will help them compete at a global level in the international market. The process we have followed so far has been to invite almost all the companies, all the startups in the field in Spain. We have identified 450 agri-food technology companies in Spain. We have reached to 400 of them, plus universities and different clusters and associations. Out of them, 210 registered. We have a short list of 20 companies, and finally 5 companies made it to the final stage, and you will see them today. The performance these companies has had during the program has been amazing. They have increased their valuation by 6.3 times. They moved from an aggregated value of 6.9 million to 43.5 million of enterprise value. This is something remarkable, and it demonstrates that there's a strong appetite for this type of developments in the market. The companies will go out looking for an average of 1.3 million in this initial round, and their enterprise valuation is going to be between 2.5 and 15 million. The Spanish FoodTech Cohort is composed of these 5 companies. Innomi is producing an incredible intellectual property in the mycelium-based alternative protein space. PROPPOS is expanding internationally, helping retail spaces maintain their distance with consumers in these COVID times, and accelerating and speeding up the payment process in HoReCa spaces. Atlantic Farms is launching a network of small farms that are creating greens for consumers in proximity with a very sustainable approach and with an extremely low CO2 footprint. Moa FoodTech is helping companies transform their waste into valuable products, upcycling these waste into elements like proteins and different ingredients that will reach the industry. And COCUUS is having a surprisingly effective approach to print alternative proteins in a way that consumers will find very similar to traditional animal protein products. All of that will start their presentations right now. Thank you.
Hello, this is Rafael Pereira from Atlantic Farms, and I would like to present our startup. We all know ready to eat salads, right? In fact, 6 out of 10 European homes consume it commonly. Have you ever wondered how many kilometers that salad bag travels until it reaches your home? Well, in our case in Galicia, it's more than 1,000 kilometers, but the European average exceeds 1,500 kilometers per bag. A frenetic journey that repeats 6 days a week and 52 weeks a year. It starts in a field in Murcia, travels to different factories across Europe, and after a long journey of 2,000 kilometers and 48 hours later, goods finally reach consumers. These whole processes delivering in a sustainable, high-demanded, fast-moving product, and it results in a product with a carbon footprint that 1 kilo product equals 1 kilo CO2. Atlantic Farms was born with a clear proposal. We produce for our consumers the product they are demanding, a local product free of pesticides, packaged in compostable materials, and adapted to local markets and local tastes. We do it by leaning on our international consolidated knowledge and a proprietary technology. By this experience and technology, we can adapt ourselves to produce in any climate or location, using vertical farming or high-tech greenhouses. Our producing methods reduce the carbon footprint of this product by 90%. Producing the way we produce in hydroponics consumes less than 95% less water, reduce 55% fertilizers, and it is the leverage that eliminates pesticides from the production. Compostable packaging eliminates 2,000 metric tons of single-use plastic from the market. Ready-to-eat salads are a profitable market of 2.3 billion valuation in the 5 main markets in Europe. With a projected annual growth of 8.2%, it will rise the value to 4.2 billion in 2028. Atlantic Farms is a company with a scalable business model in a growing market. Look at this data, please, because it is very representative. The consumption in inhabitant in Europe is only 1.75 kilos, compared with a mature market of the UK, which is 7.5 kilos per habitant. That indicates the growth potential of this market. All European competitions offers the identical product packaging and value proposition. They propose the old way of doing agriculture, localized and imported production. Our commitment to the local is 100% aligned with the regional retailers, which are our main target customers. These retailers have a market share greater than 50% in their influence areas. They look for differentiated, local and sustainable products that also contribute to differentiation from their competition. Also, they are keen to impact in their communities. Thanks to our process of optimization, we offer the best product in market with an additional 5% profitability to our customers. We have already established pre-commercial agreements with local chains that add 300 points of sales by 2022. Atlantic Farms was born to create local agriculture in the European market, an expansion based on our ability to reproduce crops wherever their location is and wherever the climate they have. We have started in 2022 growing in 1 hectare of high-tech cultivation and extended up during the plan to 18 hectares. We start with 300,000 output kilos and scale it up to almost 6 million kilograms. As a result of this plan, we obtain incomes of 3 million euros in the first year with an average contribution margin over 65%. The goal is to achieve a turnover of 54 million euros with an EBITDA of 38 million euros. I proudly represent a team that has made lettuce cultivation possible in the most extreme climates of the world, from the Emirates to Greenland. Food production and safety team is led by Salvador Ruiz, an agronomist, founding partner, and expert in hydroponics. He is managing 2 microbiologists for food safety, Sergio Piñeiro and José Manuel Campos. We have just recently incorporated 20 years experienced quality director and industrial director with experience in agri-food facility construction. In the management team, it's Carlos Sarmiento, CPO, and Vera Monica in the back office. My name, as I said, is Rafa Pereira. I'm founding partner of H2 Hydroponics and Atlantic Farms. To finish, let me leave you with the reflection that brought us here. Today, sustainable agriculture is fully local, and local is fully scalable. Thank you.
First of all, I want to show you these pictures. You have to know that this steak and this salmon did not come out of a beef or a fish. They were printed with COCUUS technology. We have a huge challenge ahead of us, a challenge that is just around the corner, and will not only affect future generations, but also will it affect us as well. We cannot address it with today's solutions. The resources to feed the entire population are limited, and I assume that none of us want to burden the planet. COCUUS is a company created in 2017 that develops high technology for the biosynthesis of new food. We have started the food science revolution, and we have implemented in the industry new plant-based and cell-based manufacturing processes. How do we help the planet? By our food to data, data to food approach. We carry out the analysis of the morphological structure of different foods, and from them, we develop mathematical models that allow us not only to reconstruct them, but also to do it in a scalable way. We have realized that a single technology does not solve such a huge problem. So we present you MimETHICA, the first food tech platform which combines multiple technologies, laser, 3D printing, and inkjet, with proprietary ingredients for the formulation of the food of the future. On the one hand, we have two types of technology already in the market, laser and inkjet. They significantly improve the dining experience. And on the other hand, we have undertaken the development of three other amazingly disruptive disciplines: soft mimic, the technology of purees for geriatrics and hospitals; the bioimpression, highly scalable; and scaffolding, the printing of extracellular structures. These are real prototypes of purees for geriatrics and hospitals, made with a solution we call soft mimic. They are purees printed with our technology, with COCUUS technology. And these are the first real prototypes of 3D printed ribeye and salmon that did not come out of a beef or a fish. You will agree with me that these first results are very promising. Later, I will talk about the scalability, but to have an idea, our first results aim for 10 kilograms per minute. We were born in 2017, and up to date, we have 4 patents. The company has profit since 2018, ending 2020 with an EBITDA of 195,000 euros. Regarding the developments we are working on, 3D printing purees and bioprinting are scheduled for commercialization in the second half of this year. The scaffolding is a medium-term project and requires further analysis, laboratory, and pilot tests before its commercial deployment. Our business model is focused on the sale and lease of our technologies and royalty payments based on the units produced. This is complemented by the sale of consumables and the provision of several services. Our model is business to business, and depending on the technology, it is aimed at the HoReCa channel, the food industry, be it agro, meat, or fish, plant-based and cell-based startups, and collective catering companies. The market is huge, with an annual growth well above the industry average. Scalability and mimicry are the two keys that distinguish us from our competitors. The state of the art of those who are operating in this field is as follows. They lack industrial scalability, and the mimicry of their final product is very poor. Our solutions provide an answer to both targets. This is COCUUS team, a multidisciplinary group of 15 people where knowledge, experience, and passion go hand in hand. We also have a collaboration agreement with the National Center for Food Technology and Safety, whereby we use their laboratories and personnel to work on our projects. Eatable Adventures, a reference consultant in Spanish food tech industry, is also an advisor and partner of the project. COCUUS has a positive balance since its second year. We have an investment to date of 1.8 million euro and a net worth of 900,000 euro. In 2020, we have an EBITDA of 195,000 euro and a projection of 7.4 million in sales for the period from 2021 to 2025, with an EBITDA of 4.4 million euro. We have initiated an investment round that aims to raise 2 million euros. We will dedicate these resources to marketing and sales, to finish the ongoing projects, and to continue with research and development. Together, let's bring the future of food, one stick at a time. And last but not least, I want to show you the plant-based stick. This is a ribeye of 1 kilogram that we produce in around 8 seconds. This is the cell-based one. And we are also doing different shapes. This is bacon-like, also plant-based. Thank you.
My name is Francisco Cújar. I am a researcher with a PhD in fungal biology, and I've been interested in the culture of fungal cells since the beginning of my career. Today, I'm here to share with you our proposal on how to deal with one of the biggest issues humanity is facing. Meat production is no longer sustainable. The emissions caused by animal farming are one of the main causes of global warming and other environmental problems. Population awareness on health problems caused by meat consumption is also growing. However, the available alternatives are not satisfactory from a nutritional point of view, and they are not well accepted by a big part of the world population. Plant-based alternatives cannot supply the amount of certain essential nutrients we need, and the time limitations of our modern lifestyle do not allow us to keep a balanced and healthy diet. A second alternative has been the production of engineered meat based on animal cell cultures, but this still consists of animal tissues, and scaling up costs are extremely high. INOMI sees these challenges as an opportunity. After many years of studying fungal biology, we came up with a solution to address these issues. Our knowledge on the structural diversity of mushrooms allowed us to produce an alternative to meat that is not only healthy, but also very tasty. Our cultures of fungal cells develop the consistency we find in animal tissue without the need of further processing. Most industrial attempts to bring fungal protein to the market are based on fast-growing species with no tissue differentiation. This has two major disadvantages. First, the technology needed for production is expensive, and second, the resulting meat analogs are heavily processed. Our scale-up methods allow us to recreate the natural environment in which higher fungi produce their structures. The first line of products in our pipeline will be launched under the form of tasty hamburgers, sausages, and nuggets under the brand Funka. Our goal to offer a healthy and nutritious alternative for people who care about their diets, but also enjoy fast food. And the next step products are just around the corner: mycelium analogs of whole cut meat, fish, and chicken. The Funka brand concept proposes a cultural change that reconciles health with the modern lifestyle of young people. Healthy and environmentally friendly food without animal cruelty that is also tasty, nutritious, and easy to prepare. Our products are ready to change consumers' perception. They improve the sensory experience, they are functional and nutritious, they are not processed, they are produced without harming nature, and they are ready to eat. Our proposal also represents an incredible investment opportunity. We satisfy a demand that is now growing exponentially. Our platform is capable of developing new products in record time. We contribute with the sustainability of our world, and we own the protocols involved in the process. Our success is guaranteed by our methodologies that include biomass production methods, careful inoculation protocols, and a combination of natural ingredients that allow fungal tissues to express their full structural potential. We have carefully planned our actions, aiming to launch the first line of products in Spain in January 2022, and then to reach the main European markets. In order to To succeed, we need to raise 1 million euros that will enable us to reach the consumers with our products and developments in different sell points. Our team is made up of Juan Pablo de Giacomi, our CEO, who is in charge of strategy and commercialization. Pablo Sanchez Rey, COO, in charge of the production and scaling up, and me, Francisco Cújar. I am the CSO and responsible for the development of new products. A diverse team of professionals helps us take our products to the next level. With the assistance of the Spain FoodTech team, we found an incredible FoodTech environment to establish our headquarters in northern Spain. A great team of co-workers is committed to the success of our project and has helped us make this dream come true. In Inomi, we are ready to take our project to the next level. Join us in this amazing opportunity to change the way we produce food. We want you to join in on our dream.
Hi everyone, my name is Bosco and I'm the CEO of MOA. And I would like to start with the huge global concern that the society is facing today. Because 80% of global deforestation is the result of agricultural expansion. 77% of the agricultural land is used to produce animal feed. And today, the food industry is the most contaminating industry, causing 24% of global GHG emissions. And the problem is going to be even bigger the following years. In 2050, the protein intake will be increased by 70%, and there will be 10 billion people in the world. And there are also many problems related to farming, like the abuse of antibiotics, the zoonosis, like the actual coronavirus that we are facing, the intense water usage, which is a huge problem in many countries, and the poor feed protein conversion rate. This is why we decided to join together the founders of MOA and to create this mission, to reduce the impact of the climate change, to feed the society in a healthy way, and to stop deforestation. So we decided to build a global, disruptive, and a sustainable solution, which is to produce a high-value protein by transforming food waste and byproducts through a fermentation process optimized by artificial intelligence. And this is how our process looks like. We take all those waste and byproducts from the industry to design and to create low-cost and sustainable broth mediums. We apply artificial intelligence and data sets to optimize all the process, and we transform those raw materials, thanks to our fermentation process and to our microbes, into a high-value protein ingredient that we introduce in the food industry and in the society. And as you probably know, in the food tech space, there's many people talking about protein alternatives, but we really think we have developed a next generation protein, because the nutritional profile, it has between 60 and 70% of protein with all the essential amino acids. It also has 30% of soluble fibers, and also some really interesting compounds for the plant-based sector, like vitamins from group B, beta-glucans, or omegas. The second thing is that it has a wide range of applications. It's a really versatile ingredient, and it acts as a flavor enhancer, which helps the final product reach the clean label, and also is not a GMO ingredient or an allergen. And finally, it's an ultra sustainable ingredient. For example, compared to beef protein, we use 98% less of water, 85% less of CO2, and 99% less of lard. And as I said, we have developed a really versatile ingredient, and we are working deeply with the industry to develop meat analogs like hamburgers, sausages, vegetable drinks, pet food, snacks. We are working with the biggest players in the space. We are also working deeply with the dairy analogs to produce a better nutrition analog, and also special food needs, for example, food for athletes or food for the elderly. And also sauces. And as you probably know, the protein alternative market is growing exponentially, and this is all accelerated by the global trends like the environmental social responsibility, the animal care, the reduce of contaminants in food like heavy metals, hormones, or antibiotics, also the clean label, and finally the better nutrition. And as you know, in the food tech space, for the last 4 years, we have a unique value proposition. We have 100% sustainable ingredient and sustainable process. This is thanks to the technology that we are using, and also thanks to the raw materials that we're using. So here we are solving also a problem from the industry using those raw materials. We have developed a next generation protein in terms of digestibility, nutritional profile, and versatility. Also, thanks to our technology, we are able to produce a personalized protein, tailor-made to meet the functional characteristics specific by the final customer. And finally, we have a unique technology. We match artificial intelligence, our fermentation process, and our microbes library. This is thanks to the founders of MOA, Susana, and for the last 8 years, she has been the director of R&D of a pharmaceutical company, and now is applying all those knowledge from the pharma industry into the food tech sector. Myself, I'm Bosco, I'm the CEO, I'm a biochemist. I have an MBA in biotechnology, and my background has been mainly in the business development area and commercial area of pharmaceutical industry, biotechnology industry, and for the last 4 years in the food tech industry. And finally, Jose Maria is our CFO. He has been working for the last 7 years in the strategy and M&A department of BBVA, which is the second biggest bank here in Spain. And he has also created several different startups. In MOA, we don't only produce protein. It's our way to change the world. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Neil Salomon, CEO and co-founder of PROPPOS. Today, I would like to start with the question: how many of you have been in this situation recently, wasting your time in a long checkout line? So today, I will present a company that will solve this problem. At PROPPOS, we are experts on food recognition using deep learning and computer vision algorithms. Thanks to our technology, we offer autonomous checkout solutions for the food industry. And why the food industry? Because we can find situations like these ones, and this where almost all the products don't have barcodes, and the only way to identify them is using image recognition, our expertise. Also, in the market, so the current solutions in the market don't allow to identify these items because these solutions are based on barcode scanning or other kind of label scanning. So, seeing that problem, we have designed our first solution, PROPPOS FastPay, an automatic self-checkout that is ideal for restaurants, for self-service restaurants, and for contract catering companies. This solution can identify all the products instantly, thanks to the image recognition, and offer an autonomous shopping experience 10 times faster. Here you can see a real example of a restaurant that we have in Spain. The user only has to place the products under the camera, and all the products are recognized. And then the user can pay. A shopping experience that only takes 5 seconds, so it's super fast. Now you can see a closer point of view of experience. The products are recognized in less than 1 second, and the user ends the transaction in 5 seconds. Due to the pandemic, we had to target new industries, and in that case, we have adapted our technology for supermarkets, and we have developed PROPPOS Fresh, a solution that is specialized on identifying fresh products in the supermarket, products that don't have barcodes. In that case, the technology is integrated to the assisted or non-assisted point of sales and offer a faster identification of these products, offering an increase of productivity. So what's behind our checkout solutions? It's PROPPOS platform, a platform that enables our clients and our partners from installing the solutions to the maintenance, from training the AI models to the validation of the data that we generate. It's a platform that enables PROPPOS to be a really scalable company. As it can be seen, our value proposition, it's clear. So we are really focused on increasing the profitability of our clients with a high ROI. And with that, improving the customer satisfaction Of course, lowering the operational cost thanks to automation of the process, and also generating a big amount of data that is very useful for our clients and also for third parties in the industry, like important suppliers. We target two big markets, so restaurants and supermarkets. And it's seen that during the last years, these industries has invested a lot of money on the digitalization of the point of sale, and even more on the automation of this point of sale, because it has a high ROI. So, and this data shows that these industries will keep doing that investment during the following years. The business model of PROPPOS is mainly based on a software as a service model with a monthly or annual fee per each of the active terminals that we have in the restaurants or in the stores. We have a global vision. We want to be the leaders of the international market. And to achieve that, we are basing our sales strategy on an international distributor network. Our distributors are companies that are already working with potential clients of PROPPOS, are companies that are distributing point of sale solutions. So they add our solution to their portfolio. Doing that, our scalability can be faster, and also we can reach more clients in less time. In that slide, you can see some of the clients that we are already working and some of our international distributors. As you can see, our clients are big companies with a huge amount of restaurants in different countries. Of course, we start in Spain, but now at these days, we are starting to have operations also in Italy, Netherlands, in the UK, and recently we have received a big request for an important client in Russia and also in some of the countries of Latin America. I don't want to finish my pitch without introducing the team. The team is led by Pau Vaquero, is the CTO and also is a co-founder of the company. He has a deep experience on leading IT and development teams. Myself, I'm Neil Salomon. I'm the CEO of the company. I'm in charge of the strategic things of the project, and I have long experience in the retail and the hospitality industry, also leading innovative projects on the biotech industry. But we are supported by an incredible team of 9 more people, 5 data scientists, 3 software developers, and 1 product manager that are working every day on the improvement of our product. All of us, we are based in Barcelona. Also, I want to mention the support, and I want to be really thankful about that, of our board of advisors. They have a deep experience on the retail, AI, hospitality, and entrepreneurship. So without them, this project won't be possible. This is PROPPOS, a company that has born in order to reshape the shopping experience. Thank you very much, and I will be really grateful to answer your questions.